Hi, Marco. Are you there?
And we are live. My name, I'm there. Can you hear me?
Are you breaking up a little bit? I think you're restarting. Oh, great.
There we go. Can you hear me now? Better.
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
All right, there we go. We're back. All right, welcome to the Gen Z show. Thank you to everyone tuning in. My name is Marco Stavro, also known as the Gen Z Guy. We talk about everything from the future of technology to people and leadership. And I've got the great honor of sitting today with Mic Mann. Mick and I have spent quite a lot of time the past year together across the hallways. I've had the great honor to witness both Africarare and all the other work he's doing just incredibly explode and do so well in Africa. So I'm so excited because there's a lot of Americans that are in Web3 and in crypto, and everyone's looking to the States, but who's looking to Africa and who's looking to SA and who's leading that forefront? And so that's why I really wanted to have a conversation with you, because I think there's so many executives and leaders and individuals right now who are wanting to get involved with the space, but have no idea where to start. And even that, even such a platform like Africarare exists, So give us a quick little 30-second rundown on who you are and why people should be listening to you.
Thanks, Marco. Well, it's an honor to be on your show, and I think what you're doing is incredible. The work at engaging with different thought leadership topics and sharing it with your community and your audience. So thank you for having me on, firstly. And just to give you some background on myself, I have been part of Man-Made, which is a brand experience agency for the last 25 years, and we do a lot of large-scale eventing and above and below the line campaigns. And then in 2015, we were introduced to Singularity University, which really is a university focused on the future and these different exponential technologies. They're going to changing our life so fast. And through being involved with Singularity University and creating on the African continent, this idea that we can take part in innovation and we can be leaders of the future. We bought our own robots and we bought 3D printers, and we started engaging in virtual and augmented reality, building out our studio, and really dived deep into these different technologies and how they can try help improve people's lives. And then when COVID hit in 2020, our Man-Made business, we had over 60 live events canceled, and we thought, how do we bring people together while we are at home, apart and in these dire straits? So we started creating these campaigns in virtual reality for brands, where we could bring the employees and their audiences and customers together. And then came this rise of digital ownership and this idea of non-fungible tokens and the convergence of blockchain technology and virtual and augmented reality. And it was a perfect opportunity for us to take this opportunity and create Africa's first and only metaverse, Africarare and Ubuntu Land. And we launched at our Singularity Summit in 2021. It was an online summit. We launched with an art gallery called the Mila Gallery with Norman Catherine, the famous artist. We managed to sell out that in a couple of minutes. Then we continued to build out the platform of Ubuntu Land, which is based on traditional African architecture to protect all the people and the resources inside. And we've since onboarded about 36 B2B and B2C brands that are building various experiences in the platform, from educational to gaming to entertainment. And the possibilities are endless. We're just getting started.
Amazing. And I mean, just so you can add on to people listening, because there's a lot of people claim to be crypto experts and Web3, and now everyone's suddenly into this stuff. I think tell us two quick things. Number one, when did you first hear about Bitcoin and who from? Because I love that story. And then two is, you guys actually have B2B brands inside this 3D virtual mixed reality land. So I think just tell us the first question, and the second one, you tell us some of the brands and some of the stuff you've actually launched, because there's a lot of people claiming that they've got businesses and they're in the metaverse and they're doing this, but you guys are actually doing it, and that's what I love about. That's why you're here, you know, and I want people to engage with your stuff.
No, thanks. So my Bitcoin story is in 2015, we held a Singularity custom program for Barclays Bank at the time while they were still in Africa. And at that custom program, we had a speaker his name is Brock Pierce. He was a Mighty Ducks child star, and he's become a very big Bitcoin and crypto advocate and helped, develop the industry since then. And he showed me this thing called Bitcoin in 2015. At the time, it was really worth nothing. And he helped me buy one on this platform called Kraken at the time. And that was my first sort of start into learning about this world of Bitcoin. And then, in terms of brands, we've built a number of experiences. For Nedbank, as an example, if you couldn't attend the Nedbank golf challenge that takes place in Sun City every year, you could still come to the Nedbank Metaverse and watch the golfing pros, get golfing tips. There was over 21 hours of content. You could have live quizzes on golfing knowledge for golfing enthusiasts and win cash prizes and pro shop vouchers. And you could learn about their different product ranges just by exploring the land and taking part in a treasure hunt. We also launched with Prime Media, the Prime Media Metaverse, and they ran a couple of campaigns where you could do the Walk of Fame and learn about all their different projects and compete for prizes with leaderboards. We've also got Peter Diamandis. We ran a space adventure where we took his live event, 4 days of incredible learning from some of the world's best speakers in artificial intelligence, longevity, like Dave Sinclair, Tony Robbins on moonshots. And we took those 4 days and we compressed them into a space adventure over 90 minutes where you could learn just the key tidbits, in a 3D virtual experience. You arrived in the space shuttle, then you learned on the space station, then you go into the space shuttle to do an assessment, you land on the moon, and all the while, and then you repeat this process, learning and engaging with people from all around the world took part in that. So then, that's just to name a few, and there's quite a bunch more coming in the next couple of weeks.
Amazing. So, and what is the launch of the Apple Vision Pro, and you guys using Quest and creating programs and that? What does that mean to you guys, and what do you think that means in terms of African continent globalization and kind of the acceleration of this technology?
So I think when Facebook changed its name to Meta, it was quite a pivotal moment in the world, because there was a huge groundswell of enthusiasm and momentum and promise. And I think what they promised, they didn't deliver on. And then you saw this sort of backlash from the media, with Meta, and you saw this. It was quite a tough year in the metaverse last year, and in the crypto markets we're in the bear, and I think now with Apple launching their Vision Pro, it's created that momentum and that groundswell again, and shown people the possibilities of the future. And even though there might be some bad reviews about the Apple Vision Pro, and some people saying it's too heavy and it's hard to wear for long periods of time, it's just version 1. And what we've been teaching leaders and future leaders about exponential growth is that it doubles with each step in the development. It's exponentially growing. So this is the worst type of product we're going to see from the Apple Vision Pro. The next iteration is going to be better and lighter and easier to use. And for us, it's a great sort of validation that they're one of the largest companies in the world are taking this so seriously. If Apple and Meta are taking this so seriously, I think the whole world needs to take note of that and take it seriously.
Absolutely. So before we carry on, if anyone's got any questions, please comment them in the comment section right now so that we can take notes of them. Mick gets hundreds of requests and people reaching out to him and wanting to collaborate and wanting to gain information. So now's the time and opportunity to ask him both about Africarare and the other work that he's doing. So yeah, please put your questions below and we'll ask at a later stage. I think, Mick, for people who are listening and they're thinking, okay, you told me about Africarare, you told me about virtual reality, I'm convinced, I'm in, I want to get involved. Firstly, what research? Because I mean, you've spent hundreds of hours in this world, but for the average person, especially in SA, they're like, I don't understand this technology. I'm very skeptical. Crypto's a scam, and I'm not sure about tokens and what is tokens and NFTs. And so, number one, where should they start as a leader in corporate right now, listening to this, or as an individual, in terms of a research point of view?
So I think there's a variety of great, leadership podcasts to listen to this. Chris Dixon from A16Z just wrote a new book called Read, Write, Own. And you can get that book, Read, Write, Own by Chris Dixon. It's incredible, which it actually explains Web3 in ways that, was really easy to understand. You can also listen to podcasts like Bankless, or Peter Diamandis has got a podcast, Moonshots, incredible ways to learn. But if you think about the idea of Web 1 was information, and we could get information from Google and Yahoo. Web 2 was read and write. You could read information, you could get this information, but you could also publish information. We saw the rise of Airbnb and Facebook and all the social platforms. Now, Web3 is about digital ownership and actually owning something in the digital format that you can prove that ownership on the blockchain. And if you think about physical ownership, when we could own property for the first time, you saw human beings build on that property. You built a hotel or a farm, or you rented it out. You added value because you owned that asset. Now, the same is true in the digital format. You can own that asset, prove the ownership, and build on top of it a game and a retail experience, an entertainment experience. So that's really exciting for us as a new possibility. And if we're moving from a platform economy to a protocol economy, and these protocols are built on blockchain technology. So that's really what's where the shift that's happening is that it's now based on these protocols that have these smart contracts built in to take out the friction and to prove the ownership. And one of the best things that have been created from blockchain technology is crypto, is this financial instrument that we can do these amazing things with now. And you're seeing the large financial institutions like BlackRock and Franklin Templeton really get involved. They've got their own Ethereum node validators, and they have meme coin departments, and they have a Bitcoin ETF. So the biggest and the largest investment institutions in the world are taking this seriously.
And I think it's so important for Africa from an accessibility point of view and a speed. You can transfer Bitcoin and you can exchange value on the blockchain in seconds versus having to go through a bank and get charged. I think it's up to $2 million that you can exchange. And maybe correct me if I'm wrong, on Bitcoin, and then it's a certain fee and then increases. I don't know if that's correct.
Yeah, I think there was a trade the other day. I can't remember the exact numbers, but it was very, very large, and it cost, a very low transaction fee. Which, if you were to take it through the traditional TradFi, it would have cost you much more, and it would have taken a lot longer to do the transaction.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And in terms of getting involved, so now we want to get involved with Africarare. Tell us about the launch of your guys' tokens and what that means and how people can get involved.
So we're very excited now that we're launching the Ubuntu Ubu token on the 29th of February, which is a special day. It's the leap day. It only happens once every 4 years. And it's going to be launching on an Asian exchange and on QuickSwap. We will be announcing that the day before the launch, exactly where you can get it. And we invite users to come and take part, learn on our courses, become a landowner, build your own experience. And sorry, let me just close my Discord. It's going nuts there.
People are joining the wait list.
People are just joining, and then so you can go to africarare.io/Ubuntu token, Ubuntu-token, join the allow list. We're going to be taking a snapshot as we launch on TGE. With those people that joined, will get a special OG Pass NFT that they'll be able to stake for other rewards. And then there's going to be some bonus rewards on that after 14 days. So really, you can go to our website. You can read up about all of this. You can hit us up on X or Discord or Telegram or Instagram. And really, I would just advise people to take this technology seriously, and don't be afraid of it. Actually engage and learn about this amazing new tools that are available at our fingertips.
Yeah, and I think, personally for me, I'm definitely being involved. I've been in crypto, and obviously the future, Gen Z are very adoptive of this stuff. But I think for me, the reason why I'm excited to be involved is accountability. So to do the work and to spend time investing in the platform and the research, you have to have a very big incentive. And most people just never have that incentive. So for me, if I put my money where my mouth is, and I've put some of my financial, inside of this platform and of this research, then it forces me to get involved, which I think people should do, because there is learning for that, and in that, when you're both researching about how to create a wallet and invest and just the whole process, and being on the platform and interacting with the community and asking your neighbor and your friends and your son about Africarare and what tokens are, all of those questions is about the future, right? And so if you don't understand the fundamentals, and a lot of what you said, people probably have no idea, but I think that's why we're here, because if South Africans are not willing to adopt the stuff and move into the future, then we're going to get left behind. And from an organizational point of view, and from a team point of view and a culture, that's where the thinking is going, and young people are wanting to integrate this stuff. So I don't know if you agree with that,
Absolutely. And we've also tried to take out a lot of the friction in Web3. So it's very easy to go onto Africarare. If you don't have a wallet, you can just create one with your own email or your Google account on our platform. And we've had over 6,000 people create their own wallets on the Africarare platform already. So it's trying to remove that friction or those steps that create the barriers to adoption and being able to utilize.
And I think even if people just go onto the website, go into Africarare, go into the Metaverse for free, go on your computer, and join and do it and spend time there, and like what we love doing is hosting meetings. Host a meeting with your team in the Metaverse. I mean, that's such a great start, and it also shows your team or employees that you're investing in innovation, you're investing in change. I think that's also a really great start. While I give people a chance to ask some questions, my question is, let's maybe from a predictions point of view, I mean, you're spending so much time overseas and at Abundance 360, and you're really at the forefront. Where do you see this world going within the next 5 years? Is there anything specifically leaders of big organizations should be thinking about or investing in?
Well, I think that what's really interesting for me is this incredible exponential growth of artificial intelligence. At Singularity, we've been talking about artificial intelligence, from Ray Kurzweil, from the 90s even, and this growth that was coming. And we're just being delighted and surprised almost daily now by these amazing advancements with artificial intelligence. But what's really exciting for me is this convergence between artificial intelligence and blockchain and crypto, because artificial intelligence scales from the center, and you need lots of data to help make it scale and to work well. Whereas blockchain technology works on a decentralized framework, and it's about this immutable trust and this idea that you can't fudge or fake the transactions. Once it's on the ledger, it's on the blockchain. So the convergence of these two technologies with virtual and augmented reality is really going to change the scope of how we interact as humans, and is going to allow us to be able to prove humanity, or prove that a politician gave us a talk at that event, because it is recorded and coded on the blockchain, that is the actual real person doing that, or that is the real information from that organization. So blockchain and AI together is really exciting. And then on top of that, with VR and AR, we're going to be living in this sort of Roger Rabbit hyper realistic world. Yeah, so it's very exciting. The thing I could say is just, don't be scared of the technology, embrace them and engage with them.
Yeah, and that means like buying it now, right? So like getting the Quest and trying it out, Apple trying it out. Specifically around that VR, like in the next 5 years, do you think, where do you think that technology will be? Well, amazing. What is that? Is that the Vision Pro?
This is the Quest. This is the Meta Quest Pro.
Oh, the Quest 3.
The new Meta. Yeah, not the 3, the Pro.
Oh, the Pro. Okay. Like in 5 years' time, do you think a lot of people are going to be working in those, spending time in those? Like, how fast do you think this moves, and like, what is your prediction around in that specifically?
Well, if you think about the future of professionals, it used to be IBM came out with a study, I think in 2019, that you have to upskill yourself every 30 days with new skills to be relevant in your job. If you think about how this is accelerating, and how after COVID we had to learn all these new skills about being online and in these different platforms, and now with the advancements of artificial intelligence, to remain relevant, you need to be upskilling yourself and learning new tools all the time in a constant way. So, and then, with this idea that these large language models and these GPTs have only been around for a very short time, and the actual processing power is being shrunk, so that you'll have your own ChatGPT, in a small device. So it's really going to change the way we work, the way we live. Everything that we do in its current form is going to change. And if people that don't learn or take part are really going to struggle to compete with the people that are utilizing these tools and these technologies.
Yeah. Well, I definitely think that Gen Z is going to be your generation, Nick. They're going to be fast adopters. They're going to be futurists, and they're going to be spending a lot of time there. So I look forward to helping you connect to them. I look forward to helping you sell to them. I think, if I think about my family, my dad, and that, I think there's a lot of skepticism in terms of this technology, and just spending time in those glasses, and spending time, not in reality. But I think there's also hope, and I think it also opens a lot of doors from a practical sense, in terms of, like I said, Africa's accessibility and solving human problems, and just like getting, like, I really believe that we can be sitting in Cape Town and having the same advantage as Silicon Valley. I think that Silicon Valley advantage is going to become less and less every single day right now. Your location becomes less important. So yeah, thank you so much for coming on the show. Please check out Mick on social, and go to africarare.io. And thanks again for coming on the show, brother.
Appreciate it, Marco. Thanks for having me. Catch you soon. See you on the 29th. Cheers.
Cheers.